What is the most noteworthy consuming calorie practice movement that always existed on We're Going to This Planet that discussed today? Now this data is in light of an individual that weighs around 155 pounds. And these exercises are in view of 1 hour of doing them. A ton of these activities can't be performed for an entire hour. However, to give you a relative examination per unit of time, I'm going to list everything by the calories consumed, and afterward, when we're done, I'm going to explain some truly significant focuses on calories, since it's not all about consuming calories. We start with resting. You'll consume 50 calories for every hour while you're resting, and afterward we graduate to sitting, being stationary, sitting on the sofa. 65 calories for every hour consumed by simply sitting idle. What's more, similarly, as a side note, in the event that you bite gum, consume a couple of additional calories. 60 minutes in the event that you giggle, consume a couple of something else calories each hour, and on the off chance that you squirm, consume a couple of additional calories each hour was exceptionally irrelevant. So when you're staying there staring at the television around evening time eating popcorn, find a satire, start chuckling, squirm while you're biting gum. What's more, eating the popcorn simultaneously. Then at that point, we have standing takes a bit more energy to stand, so we have 110 calories. Sex, it's anything but an activity. I get it very well. Maybe you'll consume around to 100 calories an hour. However, a great many people don't endure an hour playing out that activity, presumably more, as I don't know, 4 minutes, perhaps 10 minutes. Then we have boards. Assuming that you planked for 60 minutes, you'd consume 240 calories. That appears really weird, since it appears like a board would consume much more calories. I'll need to twofold actually take a look at that one. However, I tell you one thing, I don't think a great many people can do a board for more than 5-10 minutes, not to mention an hour. Okay, then at that point we have strolling moderate speed around 3 meters an hour. You'll consume around 240 calories an hour. Bowling is 250 calories. House cleaning, energetic exertion, 250 calories. Cultivating or yard work is 270 calories. Yoga, consume 280 calories. Strolling energetically at 4 miles an hour, 340 calories. Playing golf, 360 calories each hour. And afterward, assuming that you do the curved preparation reasonably, it's around 400 calories an hour now. And all the more top of the line yoga, like a power yoga, which you could consume about 400 calories. Alright, and afterward the following series of activity all consume about generally around 420 calories. Softball, baseball, rollerblading, roller skating, bicycling at 10 miles per hour. Weightlifting, incredible exertion, Zumba dance exercise, and heart-stimulating exercise, moderate exertion, all are 420 calories each hour. Then we have like oxygen consuming, moving energetically, that is 440 calories each hour. Our volleyball was 450 calories each hour. Climbing with a rucksack for 150 calories each hour. Playing tennis, it's 450 calories. Paddling for 170. Bicycling around 12 to 14 m/h is about 470 calories. And afterward the following series of practices all consume around 480 calories each hour. Ball soccer, running 5 to 6 miles an hour. Curve preparing vivaciously, every one of the 480 calories each hour. And then we have swimming, moderate exertion is 510 calories. Cross-country skiing, I've done that, it's a really significant exercise, that is 550 calories each hour. Then we have combative techniques, judo, karate, and so forth, 560 calories an hour. Working out with rope, 560 calories an hour. I need to see you hop rope for an hour. Rock climbing indoor, furthermore, open air, 570 calories, and obviously that all relies upon you know the number of breaks that you're in the middle between the rock climbing. I don't figure anybody could rock move for straight 1 hour. Then you have paddling lively, 570 calories, kickboxing 580 calories, bicycling vivaciously at 14 to 16 miles per hour, 590 calories. Then we have running at 6 to 7 miles per hour, 590 calories. Swimming, enthusiastically intense cardio exercise, CrossFit, every one of them are 590 calories an hour presently. Obviously, they're not figuring in the rest periods, and all that in light of the fact that clearly, while you're resting, you're going to consume less calories. Running a slope 800 calories each, I better believe it. I like to see you run up a slope for an hour, a figure I can make it around 15 to 20 seconds before I need to have some time off. Presently, we are running at 10 meters hour, that is quick finished 1126 calories. Obviously, nobody's going to have the option to run an hour at that speed yet. Just to check out at the number of calories you would consume relatively, it's very a couple of goodness. Look at this: hacking wood with a hatchet, 1196 calories each hour. And afterward we have the top activity that consumes the most calories, and that is a flat-out run that is at 1200 calories each hour. We know that is ludicrous. However, assuming you're doing a flat-out run and you're utilizing all of energy, you will consume a few serious calories. Well, there's nothing more to it. Truly fascinating, yet I really want to make sense of a few vital things about consuming calories. What is the motivation behind consuming calories? For what reason would you like to consume calories? Possibilities are it's most likely to get thinner. Right, presently, we need to pose the inquiry: what kind of calories would you like to consume? Do you need to consume your sugar calories, or would you like to consume your fat calories, or would you like to consume your protein calories? Your muscle protein? Most likely not. So you likely need to consume fat, right? So on the off chance that you really consume sugar, you will consume sugar. If you consume fat without sugar, you will consume fat. And when your body begins consuming off your own protein, your muscle, that is in a circumstance where you are overtraining, you haven't rested, perhaps you're doing delayed fasting, and in expansion to that you've tapped out, like in addition to your glycogen, save yet your fat holds, and afterward now the muscle will be the last thing to be singed, and that is called starvation. With a portion of these long distance sprinters, they have a touch of decay on the grounds that they're producing such a lot of energy and consuming such countless calories. It's very challenging to keep a huge volume of muscle, since in such a case that you keep the force high and you increment length, you likewise increment cortisol, annihilates the muscles. It's vital, as we're discussing calories, to make sure you never overtrain. So in the event that we take a see what's truly occurring inside your see, when you practice your utilizing energy through the machine called the mitochondria, how much calories that you're consuming truly is subject to how solid that mitochondria is. How can you say whether you have a decent mitochondria? Well, investigate your energy. How much energy do you have? Can you practice and have more perseverance, and also have more energy even after you work out? Somewhat specific meds annihilate the mitochondria, like statin drugs, which block cholesterol, and one of the main reasons is on the grounds that it exhausts a vital necessary supplement by the mitochondria to make energy, and that is called cochemical Q10. Likewise, L-carnitine is another also. So there are a few things that can help increment the quantity of mitochondria in the strength. Obviously, exercise will do it, yet provided that you're resting between your activity and you're completely recuperating. Having a decent thyroid can help the quantity of mitochondria. Expanding more bulk will naturally give you more mitochondria. Furthermore, for this reason, it's significant if you need to work on your digestion to make sure you have adequate bulk. And indeed, even individuals doing OIC right, what they do is they get in shape. However, they additionally lose muscle as a secondary effect. I mean, once in a while individuals have this thought that, gracious, better believe it, I'll be on this drug the remainder of my life. Truly, I have to take a hard pass. So you could begin shedding pounds and afterward, out of nowhere, lose your mitochondria. Doing discontinuous fasting can likewise animate the development of something else, mitochondria. However, I need to say something. There's an entrancing test that can investigate the mitochondria. It's called metabolomics, and decide whether you're getting sufficient fuel to try and take care of the mitochondria. Particularly assuming that somebody is practicing, it's vital to get enough fuel to take care of the machine. One of the best energizers for the mitochondria is meat. Clearly has all the Entertainers there be nutrients that follow minerals and the most protein to take care of that mitochondria and make areas of strength for it. Cold immersion treatment or cold shade blossoms can really do a few fascinating things since it powers the mitochondria to create a gigantic measure of energy from your food. There's been a few information that resveratrol can help her invigorate more mitochondria, assuming that you have insulin opposition, which presumably 90% of the populace has, that can seriously obliterate your mitochondria. It can forestall you from utilizing glucose, and on the off chance that you keep eating glucose, we can't consume ketones, so as such to get into fat consuming you want to chop down your carbs. Now the other subject is development chemical. Development chemical can likewise assist with decreasing this insulin obstruction. It can likewise help you fabricate more muscle, can assist you with consuming more fat, despite the fact that you may run for 10 to 15 seconds, and afterward resting for 4 minutes. You probably won't be consuming a parcel of calories, yet what will happen is you're going to increment development chemical 24 to 48 hours after the fact while you're dosing, so you will be consuming fat while you're resting. And for this reason, have to look past the mechanics of consuming calories, since there's other factors included. Another serious mix up that a ton of exercisers do is the point at which they attempt to consume calories with work out there, putting huge measures of energy out at the exercise center, and their diet is too high in carbs, so they'll end up consuming off the sugar. Currently, they're hungry and they're needing desserts and sugar, and they continue to put the carbs back in, having these little tidbits, so they never truly lose a ton of weight since they're running their body on glucose, and they're simply putting it right back. So on the off chance that we're discussing weight reduction, practice represents 15% of your benefits, though the eating routine can be about 85% of your benefits, in light of the fact that paying little heed to the number of calories that you're consuming. Consider the possibility that you could simply zero in on consuming fat calories. Wouldn't excessively be a shrewd thing to do, as opposed to expanding the digestion to consume off more sugar calories, which you then supplant with sugar, doesn't appear to be legit, yet assuming we're discussing activity, and we believe should do an activity that consumes the most calories you'd need to keep the power, the most elevated conceivable power. Do what's more, include the most muscles, chest area. What's more, lower body. As of late, was doing a metabolomic test on my mitochondria. I practice a great deal. I run up slopes, I do all kinds of things. I was over preparing, so I scaled it back, got more rest, and presently the mitochondria is better. So that is the reason the metabolomic testing, I believe, is going to be the influx representing things to come, since you can foresee things a long time before they become indicative for more data on the best eating regimen that you ought to be on to have the option to have truly sound mitochondria. You ought to most likely review this video right here.